This is Chicago police officer Krystal Rivera. Sadly, she was shot and killed by her own partner on June 5th, 2025 at around 9:30, 10 o'clock p.m. The incident occurred while officers were pursuing a suspect armed with a rifle around the 8200 block of South Drexel Avenue. While they were chasing, the individual pointed the gun at the police officers, and that's when Rivera's partner fired, but sadly struck Rivera. Rest in peace. Here is the video.
Shooting death of Chicago police officer Krystal Rivera. Moments ago, we learned the 36-year-old mother was shot and killed by a fellow officer during a foot pursuit. Tonight, Jermont Terry is speaking with Chicago's police superintendent about the investigation. We start, though, with Charlie DeMar. He's live at the 6th District, where she's being remembered by the community tonight. Charlie.
And Joe, Krystal Rivera not only remembered as a Chicago police officer, but also as a devoted mother. As you just mentioned, we've learned from CPD that it is Rivera's partner who fired that fatal shot. Tonight, the Chicago Police Department asking for prayers not only for Rivera and her family, but also for her partner.
The weight of grief now drapes from the 6th District. It's the Southside community where Chicago police officer Krystal Rivera served for 4 years.
Officer Krystal Rivera.
Friends of Rivera say she fulfilled her lifelong dream of becoming an officer in 2021 when she was sworn in.
If you knew her, you knew that she was very determined, but she had such a sweet spirit and a gentle heart.
Chicago police say just before 10 p.m. Thursday on 82nd and Drexel, Rivera and her partner chased a man they thought had a gun. The suspect ran into a nearby building, up some stairs, and into an apartment. That's when police say a second person armed with a rifle pointed it in the officer's direction. One of the officers opened fire. Superintendent Larry Snelling made no mention of the suspect shooting back at the officers. A procession lined the streets as Officer Rivera's body was taken to the Cook County Medical Examiner's office, who determined late Friday the 36-year-old officer was fatally shot in the back.
They'll be able to determine by checking out the bullet that when the officer was shot with, what gun that came from, and that will determine whether or not it was the person with the rifle or perhaps it was one of the officers.
Dr. Carrie Steiner, a former CPD officer turned police and public service psychologist,
I started hearing from officers probably around 10:30.
Says she is particularly concerned about the officers in the 6th District who are in mourning once again. In February, a 27-year-old officer died by suicide. And last November, Officer Enrique Martinez, also assigned to the 6th District, was gunned down just blocks from where Rivera was killed.
And so this is a lot of cumulative trauma. And so I am really worried about all of the officers there and how they're feeling. I think that right now everybody's more so in shock.
And Chicago police say the investigation into the person who aimed that rifle towards the officers on scene, that investigation is still ongoing, and that person is in custody. Jermont Terry had the opportunity to take some of these questions about the investigation directly to Chicago Police Superintendent Larry Snelling. Hey, Jermont.
Charlie, you're right. I had a brief one-on-one with Superintendent Larry Snelling earlier today. Our police sources had already confirmed that the fallen officer was hit by friendly fire. But when I asked the question directly to the superintendent, he didn't dodge that question, but he did say they had to review all body cameras before they could speak publicly about what we know tonight. Do you know if this was accidental? What about the weapon of the gun?
Here's what I'll tell you about that. The investigation is still wrapping up right now, and as soon as we have every single fact in place, we're transparent, we're going to put that information out.
Chicago Police Superintendent Larry Snelling responding directly to my question of how CPD fallen officer Krystal Rivera was shot. After Officer Rivera and her partner chased a man into a building in the Chatham neighborhood.
We fight for who?
We fight for her!
Despite a long and heartbreaking 24 hours, the superintendent, along with Mayor Brandon Johnson, still showed up to a rally in Bronzeville.
What better place to acknowledge her life, and the fact that she gave her life for the people who are out here right now today.
This group marched down King Drive to bring awareness of the unsolved cases of missing Black and brown women in Chicago.
She was going after the bad people who were doing harm to others, and she wanted justice. She wanted justice for the people that you see standing and marching and walking out here right now today.
Snelling says as the city and department mourn, it's just as important to remember the vow each officer takes to protect even when they are hurting.
Chicago Police Department, these members are my family. And when we lose a family member, it's tough, it's hard. But those family members are resilient, they're tough, they will want you to keep moving on.
Now, COPA is leading this ongoing investigation. Superintendent Snelling says as the investigation unfolds, the top priority tonight is the fallen officer's family, and now we know that also includes the partner who fired that shot. Reporting live outside CPD headquarters tonight, Jermont Terry, CBS News Chicago. Joe?
Jermont, thank you very much. We will keep on top of the investigation as well. Stay with us right here, or you can stream us anytime on